Hello.
Hello, Anne. Hello, Jan. How are you?
Very well, and I hope you are.
Oh, I am. Pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you.
You have a lovely voice, so I know you're going to sound wonderful with us.
Thank you very much.
Well, you sound wonderful, I'm sure, everywhere else.
Happy to be on your show.
Oh, I'm very glad you're here. Okay, I'm going to put you in our loop, and that will put you in the broadcast. We're live with no delay. Mm-hmm. When Catherine introduces you, that is your cue.
Okay.
And I will arrange, since you have to be off at 11:50 here, I'll make sure we don't go to a commercial break in between. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the interview, our equipment will automatically disconnect you.
Okay.
Or you'll know when it's over. She will thank you for being on the show, etc.
Good.
And you can just hang up. You don't have to wait because you probably have other things lined up afterwards.
Well, actually, I stay on the line because the people who are putting this radio tour together are still there.
Okay.
Thank you.
All righty. So, do you have any questions for me?
No. I see this is national. It's syndicated in?
No, this is just a local radio station.
Oh,
We're
okay.
in upstate New York, about 40 miles west of Albany. So we cover Albany, Schenectady, Troy, Utica, Saratoga Springs, Kingston. That's about our radius. Into western Massachusetts, too.
Oh,
but
good. So that's big coverage.
It is.
Great.
But we're local, and that's kind of nice.
So do I have some readers up there?
Oh, we hope so. Or hope that you will, anyway.
There you go.
Okay.
Thanks, Anne.
Hold on. You're welcome. I'm putting you in the loop right now.
You know, those are much more creative suggestions. I like that word. I like to get that because one of the things it does when you get a gift certificate to like a show, you know how sometimes you'll say, oh, I want to go, and then you make excuses and you don't go, but if somebody actually gives you the ticket, then you do go. At least that's how I am. And so, I mean, that's a wonderful suggestion for a holiday gift. And joining me this morning, as promised, and this is the second time that Jan has been on the show, so it's a pleasure to welcome her again. Jan Karen, author of her new book and last in the series, Light from Heaven. And she is a New York Times bestseller author. She's sold over 20 million copies of her books in print. Very successful. Wonderful books because her books talk about life in small towns, and of course we're here in Schoharie County, Albany, New York. We like to hear about those kinds of stories. And welcome to the show, Jan. Nice to have you this morning.
Good morning, Catherine. It's great to be with you again. Gosh, you've got great energy this time of morning.
Yeah, I do, don't I? Yeah. Are we on the same? Are we on the same time zone? Because some of the people I talk to, they have to get up real early to be on the show.
We are on the same.
We are. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we got the same energy level.
And is it cold there?
It is so cold. It is so cold that I didn't do my regular exercise yesterday. I usually walk 4 miles a day, Jan. I just couldn't do it. I mean, I don't know, I'll say it's at least 0 or maybe below.
Wow. Well, I'm so proud of you for walking 4 miles.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do that, but I'm just up to a mile so far.
Oh, all right. All right. Well, that's good. Anything, whatever you do, just get out there and you stay healthy. But your book. Okay, this is the last book in the series. A lot of people are going to be sad about that.
Well, it is the last book, but when I tell you this, maybe they won't be so sad. If I had continued to write the series, it would have been very inauthentic. I couldn't have done it with a full and sincere heart. So I think everybody's going to be glad that I'm going on to something that I can give my all to once again. I've given it all to the Mitford series from beginning to end, and the timing was just perfect. I've tied up, I hope, lots and lots of threads that have been hanging over the last few books, and even developed a whole other community in Light from Heaven, which I've enjoyed very much. I've loved these new characters. But we're going on to another series in 2007.
Great. Well,
they may be glad to hear, your listeners, that I'm going on with Father Tim.
Father Tim. Okay, tell us about Father Tim, because, one of the things when one thing ends, readers and listeners want something to look forward to. It's okay, as you say, if you're going to end this series, but there's all this new stuff coming up.
Yes. So, well, I must tell you that Agatha Christie, whom I enjoy reading on occasion, had, of course, Hercule Poirot was one of her great characters, famous characters. She wrote 40 books about him, but she confessed that she didn't even like the fellow. Now, I like Father Tim very much. Yeah. He's easy to be with. He's comfortable. He's trustworthy. He can be fun once in a while. Got a good sense of humor. He's knowledgeable. So I said, why start from scratch with a character I don't know and when I've already got this fully developed character. So in the first novel in the new series, he's going to get in his red Mustang convertible with the top down and drive to Holly Springs, Mississippi, which is his birthplace, and resolve some very old and still painful issues from his youth. And I'm going to love writing that book.
Jan, don't you see? To me, it would seem that you would have to, in some way, love your characters, or at least have some empathy for them if you continue to write about them.
Oh, I can't imagine it being any other way. I mean, even Edith Mallory, who's been such a dark villainess through all of these 9 books, I even have a certain tenderness for her, especially in this final book. But I've loved all my characters. I love Uncle Billy as if he's someone I know personally, which I don't. Miss Sadie was a delight to me. I loved telling her love story, which went on for 2 chapters. I was very sad when I lost her. I grieved over that loss. People said, "Well, my gosh, you're the author, so why did you let her die?" I mean, but it's it's what the story demanded. So you have to follow the story, really.
Yeah, you have to follow the story. Some of your characters, I mean, they must come from people, or I'm assuming from people in your own life and family and, all the experiences you have. Do you take them from that, and then create the characters?
I think the characters do draw upon all the people I've known in one way or another, but no one character is really modeled upon someone real and living. For me, it doesn't work that way.
So as an author, do you have to take a break? Okay, you just finished Light from Heaven, and by the way, we can buy this online, and can we get this at your website also, the book?
I believe so. I'm pretty certain. Yes, in fact, I go there a lot, but never to buy books, so I don't really know. But it's MitfordBooks.com, and I think just for fun and entertainment, your listeners would enjoy going to MitfordBooks.com. It's a beautiful website. We have thousands of people who post on the bulletin board. They talk about the books. They talk about themselves. They even pray for each other. I mean, it's just a lot going on that website.
Okay, so go to the website. Yeah, go ahead.
And they can also see a video of the talk I gave at the National Cathedral night before last. It was a fabulous occasion, one of the great events of my entire life.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, so go to the website and take a look. You get all the information at the website, as well as being able to purchase the book. Now, we got about another minute. Do you have to take I want to know, just from a writer's perspective, do you have to take a break from one project to the next to get refreshed, to go on to next?
Yes, I do, really. In fact, I was quite worn at the end of this book because there was so much to wrestle with in this book to make it look effortless. And so, of course, I had a family wedding at my home. And then I went on this book tour, which is really a wonderful book tour. It's probably my favorite of all the tours I've ever done. But still, I haven't had a chance to get my breath. So I'm going to visit my daughter in Hawaii for Christmas.
Well, that's the best break you could take. So,
especially with my daughter. Yeah.
That's it, with your daughter and also in Hawaii. So what could be better? Yeah, that's great. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you this morning. We will have you on again as the next series gets going.
I hope so, Catherine.
Oh, yeah. Jan Karon, Light from Heaven, a wonderful series, New York Times best-selling author. Have a great holiday.
And thanks a million.